up as always, especially the regulars who are very committed and have been coming for ages now. So well done. Just a quick note about injuries. If there's anything feeling funny, sore, maybe today you've woken up and something feels a bit funny, please, if an exercise feels weird, go ahead and leave it out. You can message me privately through the chat functionality if you want to. It's something we might be able to then work on in future classes. And as always, if you've got, for example, a bad knee, just don't go to your full range of movement. There's some exercises you can still do, but just don't go down all the way. But you know your own bodies, so just take care. Let's go. We're going to start with alignment. As always, feet first, hip distance, slightly bent knees, hips facing forward, pelvis in neutral, so forward and backward tilt a few times and find that point somewhere in the middle. That's our neutral pelvis. And then let's have the navel into the spine, shoulders relax back and down, chin parallel to the ground, and of course that piece of string pulling us all the way tall, so you're standing up really, really nice and tall. Today that piece of string, I normally say the ceiling, today mine is going up into the sky, so it's infinitely long, keeping me nice and tall. From there, we've got a lovely alignment. Go ahead, check your shoulders, hips, anything looking a bit funny. Just go ahead and even it out, and then let's go into breathing. So hands on the lower ribs now. And as always, we're going to breathe not just shallow into our chest like we normally do, but into our lower back. So take a nice deep inhale through the nose, all the way into the lower back. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to do a few of those. Inhale, exhale long, inhale. Feel those fingers slide apart on that inhale. Exhale, they come back together. Let's do one more and then we'll add in the core engagement. Okay. Core engagement, repetitive for my regulars, but it always helps to reinforce it. New people, if it goes too fast, remember we go over this every time, it will come with time. So hammock first in between the legs, pulling all the internal organs up to 100% and then release by a third. That's our engaged pelvic floor. So let's do 2 breaths there. Deep inhale. Exhale. This time we're really keeping that feeling of that engaged pelvic floor there. On the exhale, just draw the abs in. Let's do one more. And exhale long. Perfect. Let's add in the deep tummy muscles. So now keep that up feeling, and let's add in a belt under the chest, pulled into the tightest notch. So now we're going to do the same thing, pulled into 100%, released by a third. And let's do a couple of breaths with both the pelvic floor and the deep tummy muscles, the up and the in, staying nice and tight, shoulders down, deep inhale. Exhale, suck the belly button in on the exhale, keep everything tight, this powerhouse area. And again, inhale. And exhale long. Perfect. Let's start with shoulders as always. We're going to go up to the ears and round, those lovely shoulder rolls. It's getting the upper back and the shoulders nice and warm. Although you're already warm, I'm sure. As I always say, the warm weather, let's reverse back. The warm weather is nice for getting into a deeper stretch, or it's really, really nice for the muscles. So it's actually great to do this kind of exercise, things like Pilates and yoga, when the weather's a little bit warm, so that it's safe for your muscles and you can get more flexible as well. Let's go ahead and do our dumbwaiter exercise today. So let's start off with the elbows and the sides of the arms into the sides of the body. Keep that navel into the spine, the shoulders down. From here, we've got a tray of drinks on each hand. We don't want to spill. We're going to bring them in. Keep those elbows close to the body. The sides of the arms are not, they're glued to the body. So we're just moving those arms in and then out. Keep breathing. Focus on what the upper back is doing. Lovely. I can see some really, really nice trays that would definitely not be spilling. So well done. And then let's move the arms slightly further out. So now we've got a newspaper tucked under each armpit. We're going to do the same thing. Make sure the hands are level. And we're just offering those trays and bringing them back in. So you can imagine that those trays have got glasses full of nice ice water that you definitely don't want to spill in this heat. Can't believe it's like not long gone 10 a.m. and it's already roasting. Focus on what the arms, the upper back is doing, the shoulders. Okay, and now let's go into the final version. So we've got our arms fully extended, keep them pretty much, let's have them at sort of chest height. And now what we're going to do with those trays of drinks, we're just going to bring the elbows into the sides of the body and then back out. So we're still balancing them, palms of the hands facing upwards. Let's do 3 more. Keep that belly button sucked in. Shoulders down, we're keeping that lovely posture. Let's do 1 more. Perfect. Let's have a quick stretch of the arms. So bring one arm back. And then forward. And in this heat, go ahead and stretch more than you normally would. Go further into a stretch if it feels comfortable to do so. We'll do some nice deep stretches at the end, I think. Perfect. Let's do our rotation standing today. Let's do it with our hands on our head. So remember, hips facing forward. We're doing a thoracic twist, which means the torso, upper body is going to do a twist to get a nice rotation of the spine, but the hips are going to stay forward. So hand either side of the head. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, my upper body's twisting, feeling that nice little rotation of the spine. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist the other way. And again, so if you can see what my hips are doing, they're staying forward as I twist the upper body. Inhale, exhale, twist. Let's do 2 more to each side, just getting the spine nice and warm. Mobilize. Let's do 1 more to each side. Perfect. Okay, from there, let's go ahead and do our squat. I'm going to be mean today, and we're going to do the worst one, which is the squat. And when we're going to walk 3 steps and then 3 steps back and then come up as we inhale. I'll show you. So you can start in your squat. So hands grasped together, take an inhale. Exhale, sit low. Knees are wide, but they're not going past the toes, spine straight. Keep really, really sit low. And from there, you're going to walk 3 steps. I know it used to be 2, and then I've kind of made it 3. I feel like you're all capable. But if it's too much, just do 2. Inhale as you come back up. Let's go again. Exhale, squat. 1, 2, 3. Starting to get really nice and warm now. The heart is going. And inhale as you come back up. Let's go again. Exhale, sit. See, I'm doing them with you. I'm feeling your pain. And up, inhale. Let's do 2 more to each, 2 more steps. So down, 1, 2, and 3. Let's do 1, 2, really low. Inhale, let's do the last one. Really starting to feel that now. Last one. Sit low, really, really sit low. It should be hurting the outer thighs and glutes. Perfect. Have a little shake. And then let's just do ankle and wrist rotations, one way and then the other. Whatever feels good. Ooh, there's a wasp. The joys of outdoor teaching. Oh. Okay, let's do our lovely roll downs, and then we'll incorporate balance with our hamstrings when we get down to crouching. So let's go into roll down, end of the mat, starting alignment. Take an inhale, tuck the chin in. Keep that chin tucked in, slowly melting forwards. Keep the back of the legs, the back of the knees straight. If you've got a bad back, you can bend your knees. Hang there loose and floppy. Really relaxed. Nod the head, shake the head. And then slowly keep the chin tucked in. Slowly, slowly stack that spine, just uncurling. Head comes up last. Very nice. In your own time, let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin in. Slowly rolling down. Really heavy head and arms. Stay there. And then you can slowly start to roll in your own time. This is so nice for the spine. Head comes up last. This time, as usual, we're going to roll all the way down. Take an inhale, exhale, roll it all the way down in your own time. And then you can just crouch down. Let's do balance and our hip flexors. So hands in prayer position. We're going to do this one. So your elbows are pushing out the inner knees. Keep the back straight and the head up, but you're really, really squeezing those inner knees with the elbows, and you're trying to keep that balance as well. So just keep the head up, the back straight, hold, keep pushing. And then you can gently, when you have your balance, start to tip to the left and right. Let's just have a little rock there. Pushing out the inner knees with the elbows helps you to keep that balance almost. And it gives us our hip flexor stretch as well. Cool. We're not going to hold that for too long. Let's do a nice side bend. Okay. So let's just do a cross-legged position. Sit up really, really nice and tall. Shoulders down and away from the ears. And let's just have a little stretch here. Let's do 2 to each side. Hand that's on the mat. Move it further forward. Keep both sit bones firmly on the mat. Stretch. We want to feel the stretch down the side of the body. And then the other way. And then again. Remember, you're trapped between those 2 panes of glass. You can't tip forward or back. Just a nice stretch. And then let's do a little spine stretch before we go into our reverse plank. That's what we're going to do today. So from here, let's just have a little spine stretch. Sitting up nice and tall. Tuck the chin in, start to curve. And then inhale to straighten up nice and tall. Exhale as you curve. And then inhale nice and tall. And again. Let's do 2 more. And 1. In your own time. So our spine's feeling nice and warm. We're going to do reverse plank. We're not going to do the legs. Don't worry, we're just going to do 2 little reverse planks that we're going to hold. If that is too much for you, you can do the same exercise. So reverse plank, if you remember, hands are going to be behind. Squeeze abs and glutes first. You're going to come up onto your heel. So really squeezing abs and glutes, and you're going to hold and breathe. If that's too much, you can stay seated in the same position and just open out your chest and tilt the head back. You're still going to feel a lovely back extension. So whatever you want to do is fine. Otherwise, squeeze and join me and hold, breathe. Squeezing everything. And then lower down. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Exhale up. Lower down. Okay. From there, we're going to go into front-facing plank. Otherwise, if plank is too much, you can either do a downward dog, or you can have your knees down in this kind of all fours position. But we're going to do our, I'll show you first, in fact. You're going to come into your low plank, hips fairly low down, squeezing abs and glutes, crown of the head forward, looking at the mat. From here, really hold that position. We're going to bring the knee into the opposite hand and hold, really squeezing the abs here, and then bring that leg back, and then the other leg. Keep breathing, just hold, and back. I'm going to do a few of those. Otherwise, you can do the same in a downward dog if that's easier for you. Keep going. So, ushering in the downward dog. But really squeezing those abs and glutes. Otherwise, final version, you can do it this way. You can have your knees in all fours and do the same thing. Whichever works for you, but ideally you're in the plank. Let's do 3 more on each leg. And remember, you're holding each one for at least 2 seconds in between. Lovely. Everyone who's got their cameras on that I can see, well done. We'll have 2 more exercises in this position, and then you can grab a drink if you need to. When you've done your 3 on each leg, it looks like people are starting to finish. The next thing that we're going to do is this exercise. So you're going to be in all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tuck the belly button in, back is straight. All we're going to do is you're going to lift up the knee and then bring it back in, but it's not coming in all the way, it's only coming in halfway. You're going to keep the rest of the body still, and the glute is getting a good stretch. It's like a dog having a pee. That's really the only best way to describe it. So just open out the knee, bring it back in, but only halfway. So the knee's not coming all the way back, down or in. Just from here to here, really open out that knee. Let's do another 8 on that side, and then we'll do 12 on the other side. If I can show you from this angle, kind of going like this. Really squeeze the glute, keep that belly button tucked in, squeeze the glute, and you're going to finish your 12 on that side. Keep going, keep that belly button tucked into the spine, get the glute squeezing. Nice. Nearly there. Looks like you've got a couple left on that leg before you switch. And then we're going to switch legs. Let's do 12 on the other side. So same thing. Just open out that leg. Feel that glute doing the work. Keep the rest of the body as still as possible. Keep the crown of the head forward so you're not craning your neck. Really feel that glute getting a good squeeze. Keep going, not long left. I think you've nearly done your, must be halfway. Let's do our last 6. Squeeze that glute. Last 3, 2, 1. Let's finish off there with a cat stretch before we roll down and do our tabletop exercises. So from here, same position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take an inhale, tuck the chin in and arch, and then reverse. Let's just do a few of these in your own time, tucking the chin in. Reverse. Let's do 3 more. Really keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Perfect. Okay. Have a little roll of the shoulders. Grab a drink if you want to quickly before we start the tabletop exercises. If you've got some water handy, go and have a drink. Not sure what it's like wherever you guys all are, or if you're inside, but I'm literally melting. Okay, let's go into tabletop. We'll start straight in tabletop today. The first exercise that we're going to do is the gentle one from the back. So you're going to have tabletop, lower spine flat, knees above hips, feet hip distance and slightly above the knees. Let's just do 5 of these on each leg. So from tabletop, palms facing down, you're just going to push out the heel, Bring that leg back in, and then the other leg, you're just pushing away something with your heel. So you're flexing and pushing the heel and bringing it back into tabletop. Keep the legs exactly where they are. So the other leg's not moving and the lower back is still pressing into the mat. This is a great one for the lower back. Inhale, exhale as you push that foot out. Bring it back in. Let's do one more. Okay. Perfect. From there, let's go straight into doing our double leg lift and lowers. This is a bit of a mean exercise, but let's have a go. Straighten the legs, lower back flat. Feet are still hip distance, toes are pointed, and you're gonna lower and lift. Keep the lower back pressed against the mat, nice and slow. You're using the abs to do this exercise. Keep going. Lovely. Let's have a look. Really nice, very nice. Keep those legs as hip distance as possible. Everyone's doing a really good job. Keep the knees as straight as possible. Yep, keep breathing. Keep the head and neck down on the mat if you want. You don't want to arch your neck, crane your neck or anything. Everyone's doing really well. Really feel those abs doing the work here. Make sure the lower spine is nice and pressed on the mat. Well done, guys. Give me 3 more and then you can hug the knees. When you've done your last one, let's hug the knees and roll them around the chest one way and then the other. Okay. From there, let's have the legs back in tabletop. We're going to do crunches towards the knees. So you can have your hands either interlaced behind your head or to the sides of the head. Keep the legs still. The legs are not going to move. We're just going to crunch up and bring the head all the way down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. Keep the head and neck nice and straight. And the legs are still. You're using the tummy muscles to just crunch up and bring the head all the way down. Keep going, crunch up. Nice, nice work. Keep going. Remember, as you exhale, draw the abs together. Feel like you're just pulling those abs in. On the exhale, lifting from that center. Think about core engagement. Think up and in with all these exercises, what we did at the beginning, the up and the in and the breathing, inhaling to prepare, exhale as you move. Give me 3 more and then you can drop the knees to either side and look the other way. Arms in a T position and stretch out the lower back. Arms either side, knees to one side, head goes the other way, just stretch. Let's do 2 of these. So drop the knees the other way. And then again. Perfect. Okay, we stretched out the lower back. Let's go into our side lying exercises. And let's do, we're going to do 8 of each. So side lying, go ahead, whichever side you're going to start on. Use the edge of the mat as a guideline to lie nice and straight. Toes are pointed, hips are stacked on top of each other, which means we're not forward and we're not rolling back. They're very much aligned. Navel into the spine. Even here, think about up and in and core engagement. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift the leg all the way up and lower, but we're not lowering it all the way down. It's staying at hip height. So let's do 8 of these, high leg lift, but bringing it back. Feel the outer thigh and the glute doing the work here. Keep that belly button sucked in. Exhale as the leg comes up and bring that leg down to hip height. Let's do our last 4. Okay. And then you're going to bring that knee in front. Either you can bring that leg kind of like this, or you can just drop the knee in front. And we're going to do 8 lift and lower of this leg that's on the mat. So keep that leg long. We're lifting all the way from the top of the hip. Keep that toe pointed. If you haven't done this exercise before, it feels weird the first time because we don't often use these inner muscles. Let's do our last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Before we move to the other side, let's lie on the front, have a little think, stretch for the lower back. You're on your forearms, open out the chest, tilt the head back, and breathe. Front of the feet are nice and flat. And then switch. I think my internet connection might have gone a little bit slow because I seem to be in slow motion, but we're nearly finished. We'll finish our side lying and then we'll do a nice stretch. So from here, same thing, aligned first, navel into the spine. We're going to do 8 of each. So 1, controlled, squeeze the glutes, keep that belly button tucked in. Remember, control is one of the principles of Pilates, precision. Just really, really think about this movement all the way from the top of the leg, really controlled. You really start to feel it in the glutes and the outer thighs. Let's do another 3. Last 2. And last 1. And then bring that leg over. We're going to do the same 8 of this leg that's on the mat. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Last 2. Perfect. Okay. Lovely. Before we go into our little stretches on the back, because the weather is nice and warm, and we're nice to do a little pigeon kind of stretch. So if you can see what I'm doing, if you know this one, from this position, you can bring one knee forward, extend the back leg, get comfortable, bring the head all the way down and just relax into that stretch. And hold and breathe. You start to feel the muscles just loosening, relaxing. And then switch legs, same thing. Lovely. Let's finish off on our back. Let's do our number 4 and then stretch, and then we'll come up for our alignment check. So on your back now, get comfortable, put the head down, one ankle over the opposite knee and pull that leg in. And then with this heat, go ahead and on your each exhale, you can just pull that leg in even closer. Great one for sciatica and lower back, as I always say. So go ahead and enjoy that stretch. And then switch legs, same thing. Exhale, pull that leg in. And then from there, go ahead and straighten the legs. Let the feet fall either side, palms facing up, shoulders down, and relax. Just feeling like the body's heavy and pressing into the mat to ground ourselves. Tilt the head back, pressing out the chest. Feel the upper back and ribs pressing into the mat. Just enjoying the feeling of that warmth, the sun shining on your face, giving us energy, motivation, positivity. You've done your exercise for the week, the day, you're good to go. It's great for boosting your lung capacity, your immunity, making sure that we're staying nice and fit and trim while we spend more time at home. And feeling good, releasing endorphins. Go ahead and stretch the legs even further and the hands even further. Start to wriggle the fingers and toes. Let's slowly turn to one side and come up to standing. Nice and slow, we don't want to have a head rush. You can feel a nice breeze. And let's recap. Feet, knees slightly bent, hips forward, shoulders back and down, belly button pulled in, up and in of the pelvic floor and deep tummy muscles. That piece of string on the crown of your head pulling you up tall. Let's do those heel raises to finish. Hands on the hips, take an inhale. Exhale, up onto the toes, thinking about that piece of string pulling you tall, but up and in, keeping you balanced. So your posture should be amazing. Shoulders, hips, let's do a few little heel raises. You can hear some birds rustling around over there. Let's do one more. We're going to hold it this time. Exhale up. Keep the head still, using the core muscles to help. Keep the head still where it is. Don't move the head. Just lower the heels slowly and stretch the full body nice and long and nice and straight. Nice posture. And then you can give everything a shake. Keep that up and in for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining my nature Pilates class. And I will see you on Monday at 7:30. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Make the most of the sunshine. You probably can't even see my face, which is good because it's probably melted off by now.